Blockchain Backer says, I believe the Dow Jones Industrial Average has popped. Now, I know you guys are here for cryptocurrency, but this is important to watch. He says that the long bear market or Great Depression for the DJI has begun. Many have built careers over the last decade proclaiming the Great Depression was upon us, only for the DJI to rip up 400% while they cried wolf. Now, what he's referring to is a lot of people have been saying for the last 10 years that this thing was about to bust, that we didn't fix any of the issues of the 2008 financial crisis, we only made things worse, and that we were due for this bear market, due for this correction, and that we could potentially be entering a great, quote unquote, Great Depression once again. And now we have Blockchain Backer, someone who just sticks to the technical analysis, sticks to the numbers, and he is basically suggesting here that the Dow Jones has popped. He says, I'm going to build a case as to why the 30-year bear market for the DJI has begun using charts. I'll leave it to the experts to decipher trade calls, central bank planning, currency debasement, geopolitical wars, commodity shortages, etc. But I'm here just for charts. That's what BC Backer covers right here on this channel. We're going to be talking about the geopolitics. We're going to be talking about the commodity shortages. We're going to talk about currency debasement. We're going to talk about all the other speculation theories that are leading us up to this moment. And I'm going to show you guys here, basically he's showing you through the charts that the Dow Jones has popped and that it is going to be going much lower. And I want to take you down to this, what he said right here. He says, it's also very possible we're nearing the capitulation moment of this move that will eventually lead to a giant retrace bounce that lasts for a couple of years only to never set new highs, then roll over with the whole Great Depression taking 30 years to reach the bottom. That is my speculative guess, that this isn't some 3-year implosion of the Dow Jones like in the 1930s, but one that lasts for the rest of many people's lives, never seeing new all-time highs again. A retrace bounce sounds logical rather than utter collapse like the 1930s. Here's what I want to point out. When we just put together our Shemitah cycle deep dive and we showed you guys all of the cycles that are converging right now during this moment in time, and it takes us back to the 2008 Great Financial Crisis, 1987 market crash, as well as the 1929 market crash where, what did we say? We bottomed out 3 years later in 1932. Part of a 90-year cycle that marks the bottom of the market took place in 1932, took place in 1842. Now here we are once again in 2022, 90 years after the Dow Jones bottomed out, the stock market bottomed out in 1932. And this is the exact thing that he's talking about. Are we going to get that complete 3-year implosion of the Dow Jones like we did in the 1930s? Or are we going to get one more bounce before we retrace and then we just continue downside for, he's suggesting, the rest of our lives? Think about the implications of that. Wooston, okay, his speculation is, here's a glimpse of our near future. DJI will reach 3 digits. Yes, $1,000 to $999. He says for some sectors, 1 0 digit will be removed. For others, 2 digits will be removed. What will happen with people who bought homes and cars with long-term debt globally and adjusted to dead currencies? Folks, this is incredible. The Dow Jones just broke 30,000. To suggest that it's going to go below 1,000 is insane, right? That's absolutely insane. But what I wanted to share with you guys here tonight is, if you understand what the Dow Jones is, it's an index, okay, for basically tracking the major industrial stocks since 1896. Now, they added, originally there was 12 stocks back in 1896, 8 stocks were added in 1916, 10 more in 1928, bringing the total to 30, which is where it stands today. So there's 30 stocks that basically make up the Dow Jones Industrial Average. There's 500 that make up the S&P 500. Now, I've been showing you guys the S&P 500 chart that matches up exactly with the 2008 fractal that is about to take us back down in Q4 here over the next month or so. But it's important to look here at the timing of this. The Dow Jones added 10 more stocks to it in 1928 during that incredible bull run leading up to the 1929 market crash that led us into a 3-year implosion, the Great Depression, and then we didn't get back out of that until 1942. So really incredible to watch this unfold. As far as going down to 1,000 for the Dow Jones, I don't know about that, but it relates to the title of this video, Banking System Cannibalized. We're about to see the whole damn system cannibalized, including the Dow Jones.